And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour live on YouTube. Regular singles action today coming to you from my favorite little bowling center, East Lincoln Lanes, halfway between Lancaster and York. We are down to the top five. We're getting them lined up for player introductions. And it looks like we are just about ready, so let's turn it over to Matt. Get rid of the drink. Get rid of the drink.
We can do that. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to East Lincoln Lane for today's stepladder finals of today's Pjbt singles event. It's time now to introduce our top five for each division for today's stepladder final. Starting with the scratch division, our number 5 seed from Blue Ball, PA, Trevor Courtney.
In the scratch division, your number 5 seed, Trevor Courtney.
In the first match, he'll be taking on our number 4 seed from Lancaster, PA, Nick Tomlinson.
Your number 4 seed, Nick Tomlinson.
Winner of match number 1 will advance to game number 2 to take on our number 3 seed from York, PA, Addison Leisher.
Addison Leisher, your number 3 seed.
Game number 2 will advance to the semifinal match to take on our number 2 seed from Lebanon, PA, Darren Zombro III.
Darren Zombro Triple I, your number 2 seed.
That semifinal match will take on our tournament leader at plus 255 for 8 games from Lancaster, PA, Jordan Shell.
And your leader, Jordan Shell.
Let's have a nice hand for our 5 scratch finalists. Okay, now it's time to introduce our 5 handicap finalists. Our number 5 seed from Lebanon, PA, Toby Zombro.
In the handicap division, your number 5 seed, Toby Zombro.
In the first match, he'll be taking on our number 4 seed from Bainbridge, PA, Colby Schertzer.
Your number 4 seed, Colby Schertzer.
The winner of game number 1 will advance to game number 2 to take on our number 3 seed from Lancaster, PA, Lacey Slaymaker.
Lacey Slaymaker, your number 3 seed.
Winner of game number 2 will advance to the semifinal to take on our number 2 seed from New Oxford, PA, Jeremiah Mann.
Jeremiah Mann, your number 2 seed.
And the winner of the semifinal match will take on our tournament leader at plus 175 for 8 games from New Hope, PA, Andy Hoffman.
And our tournament leader, Andy Hoffman.
Bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our 5 handicap finalists for today's PJT.
All right, so those are our finalists. Let's go over how they got here. In the scratch division,
Match number 1.
in the scratch division, your first seed, Jordan Shell, he was first after qualifying at plus 72. Then rolled games of 211, 234, 248 on the pattern today, which was Stone Street. Stone Street was the pattern. He went 3-0 in match play to get to plus 255. Your number 2 seed, Darren Zombro Triple I, he was second after qualifying at plus 71. Rolled games of 205, 213, 240. He went 1-2. Got him to 159, good enough for the 2 seed. Addison Leisher, however you want to say that. He was 8th after qualifying, which was cut at plus 19. And he rolled games of 222, 211, 230, winning 2 out of the 3 to get to plus 142. Nick Tomlinson, 2 out of the 3. 218, 174, going 1 and 2 to get to plus 43. So it only took plus 43 today to make it to the finals in the scratch division. In the handicap division, your leader, Andy Hoffman, he was second after qualifying at plus 54. Then he rolled games with handicap of 248, 190, 223, winning 2 out of 3 to get to plus 175. Jeremiah Mann, he was first after qualifying at plus 96. Rolled games with handicap of 216, 174, 213, winning 1. Got him to plus 129. Lacey Slaymaker was fifth after qualifying at minus 33. She rolled games with handicap of 217, 205, 220, winning all 3 to get to plus 99. Colby Schertzer, your number 4 seed, he was 8th after qualifying at minus 65. Then he rolled games with handicap 223, 191, 210, winning all three to get to plus 49. And Toby Zombro rounds out the top 5. He was in 6th at minus 33 after qualifying. And he rolled games with handicap at 167, 259, 216, winning only 1, surprisingly. But it was still good enough to get him into the step ladder at plus 39. So plus 39 in handicap and plus 43 in scratch. So the scores weren't really all that high today on this Stone Street pattern. It looked like it got easier as the day went on these wood surfaces. There is wood here. This is your typical old-time bowling center here. That's why I like it so much. So speaking of old-time bowling centers, sitting to my left right now, he's joined me a few times. Yes. We got Papa Zombro here, who shot 300 this week. Where did you shoot 300?
At the Lebanon's Fraternity of Eagles Club.
The Eagles Club. And how many lanes do they have there?
4 lanes.
4 lanes. Any idea how many 300s have been thrown there before?
I'm somewhere around number 6 or 7.
6 or 7. And that place obviously has been open for a long time.
Very long time.
So congratulations.
Thank you.
How many is that for you? Like 712?
If I'm not mistaken, that was like my 103rd sanctioned 300.
And probably that was one of your more special ones.
Yes. After I did that, I will put that up there towards the top. Yep, that 300 there, I ranked that up there with like right around my very first one that I shot. And it was just really special to do something like that at a place like that.
So both of your children made it today?
Yes.
So what did you think? You watched it a little more than I did. How did you think the pattern played?
Well, in the beginning it played somewhat like a modified house, and then with the old wood, it started to break down a little quicker than normal. So people started going like in a scratch division. Then you start seeing a lot of urethane play, and then it does make it a little squirrely sometimes with urethane. The handicap division, they played it normal, how they always do.
So if the approaches look a little dark, I had them turn off the lights by the approach so I could get up scoreboards. So let's see how these things look.
Lane 15 and do special features swap for the arrows.
Still have a little bit of a glare.
Okay, bowling fans,
just on that one.
Game number 1 of our stepladder finals on the scratch side. We have number 4 seed, Nick Tomlinson, taking on number 5 seed and Trevor Courtney. Nick has elected to start the match on lane 13. On the handicap side, we have number 4 seed, Colby Schertzer, taking on number 5 seed, Toby Zombro. Colby has elected to have Toby start the match on lane 15, and the handicap difference of 30 is in the system for Toby. Okay? All right, bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our game 1 final. All right, we'll go 1 frame to start. You bowl 1 frame, then you bowl 2. Okay? Just like on TV.
All right, off we go.
Hey, just can't get that one monitor.
Yeah.
I said that backwards. Toby doesn't get the 30.
That's all right.
Colby gets the 30, but
Yeah.
it's because the names are reversed from the names. All right.
Nick starts off for the strike. Seven pin for Toby.
Flat 7.
As always, ladies and gentlemen, our message board is live and operational should you wish to chime in.
And Toby misses his corner pin. Trevor converting his spare. 9-14. Colby goes up first shot with a nice ball. All 10 in the pit.
Why would I still have a glare on that?
I don't know if it's hitting this light. You got Colby going up. Another strike here, having a double.
Yeah.
Could it be coming out from the front doors?
Hey, do me a favor. Just for S and G, turn that one.
Must be coming from outside.
Yeah. Either that or I gotta reset. You can turn it back on.
Maybe it's catching a glare from outside.
Must be. Or your other. I can see why that would send a glare.
We got Toby coming up here in the second, third frame, having a double here. Picked Tomlinson in the second frame, left a 10 pin, was able to pick it up.
I can see the door.
Colby going up here in the third, got a little wide, leaving 136. And Nick, he got
Keep
his
commentating,
shot
you're
a
doing
little-
good.
He got his shot a little wide. Unfortunately, he got lucky, only leaving the 2 pin up. Hey, Colby with a nice spare. And Nick picking up his 2 pin spare. Oy. Colby let that get away from him. Trevor going up with a nice shot, leaving a solid, a solid 10 pin. All right, Colby coming back up with a better shot, making a spare.
All right, so you're going to see 3 scoreboards really good, and one you're not going to see at all.
A little blurry.
It looks like the light that we think the glare is coming from, if we turn them off, there's a lot of lights going to go off. So
Must be on a lot of. Must be on
All of them will go.
Oh, yeah, we don't.
So let me get these scoreboards sized, and then I'll put them up.
I'm a little light here, leading the 6-9. Trevor throwing another good shot, leading the 7. And Toby chopping his spare. Colby. Thompson coming up in the 4th frame with a very nice shot, all 10 in a pit. Toby coming back with a nice shot, leading the 7. And Nick here with a double. See if Toby can make this 7. There we go. See Trevor Courtney right here. Yep, nice shot by Trevor Courtney.
Okay, here comes your scoreboards, and as I said, you're only going to be able to see 3. This place is tough because the scoreboards are spaced out. Not like your
It's a little
usual.
weird. Trevor Courtney with a big double here track. Just to try to get himself back into the game.
All right, so looking at these scores in the handicap division, Colby has 84 scratch, 114 with handicap after 5, and Toby has 74 after 5. Both bowlers are on an open, so Colby is up by 40. On the scratch side, Nick went strike, 9 spare double, and he's got roughly a 22 pin lead.
Nice shot there by Nick Thompson.
Over Trevor. Both bowlers were on a double until Nick left at 10.
Nick making this fair.
Once again, the pattern today was Stone Street. Toby making his spare. It's been a little unlucky. He's missed a couple single pins. What pins were they?
I'll let you take a guess. He's left-handed. Something that he needs to work on. He's kind of like me. He's either on with them or he's completely off with them.
He'll get there. Once his hand gets a little bigger and you could teach him to...
Flatten it out
Yeah.
more.
Let's see what Trevor could do. He's working on a double, this to tighten the match if he strikes here. And he does.
Pretty much cuts that down to 11 pins, maybe one. So he got a good break, but well, he's shooting his corner pins right now. Got Trevor Courtney coming up here for a four-bagger. Nice shot. Two strikes there for Trevor. Really tighten up this match over here on the scratch side. Did you see what I see?
I saw it.
Uh-oh. Unfortunate error by Nick Tomlinson. See a Toby come up here and strike here and put a little pressure. Just can't knock out that 7-pin this game. Nick here comes back off that open with a straight.
That's it.
Trevor Courtney coming up here, making a spare. So if Trevor can come up here and throw a double, he locks out Nick Tomlinson.
We have the possibility of a
We
tie.
do have a possibility of a tie. It's a big first shot there for Trevor.
I don't know. You're the one that put it out. I just put it down. All right, so it looks like Colby will be moving on
Yes.
in the handicap division. Trevor
Trevor, if he
needs this
strikes
one.
here, he locks out Nick Tomlinson. That will do it. Trevor Courtney will be moving on. Funny thing about Trevor Courtney too is after match play, he packed up his stuff. He thought he was done.
Yeah, you're right.
He had his sneakers on, jacket on, and ready to leave. And we announced that he was the number 5 seed.
Toby, you could go. So Trevor with a 225. So Nick's missing his 10 pin will Colby, keep going. All right, 225, 216. Trevor Courtney over Nick Tomlinson. And Colby at 242.
With handicap.
With handicap of 30. Toby with a strike will shoot 158.
Yeah, that was 5 versus 4.
All right, let's go to Matt.
Okay, bowling fans, that concludes game number 1 of our finals, finishing in 5th in the scratch division. Getting a $35 scholarship certificate and award goes to Nick Tomlinson.
Nick Tomlinson is your 5th place finisher in the scratch division.
Don't shake my table. You moved my scoreboards.
And our 5th place finisher in the handicap division, getting a $35 scholarship certificate and award goes to Toby Zombro.
And finishing 5th in the handicap was Toby Zombro.
Okay, on to match number 2. Okay. Addison.
Uh-oh, I gotta adjust.
Addison, Trevor. You get 3 balls in the strike. Okay? Don't worry about the scoring because I'll fix that. You're allowed 3 also. Yep, just go ahead, I'll fix it.
All right, so let's look at upcoming events on the PJBT. Next week, we go on the road to Wilkes-Barre. Chaco's, here we come. Bring your appetite for pizza.
Pizza, wings, good food.
Yes. It is our annual Super Adult Junior Tournament. So it's 2 adults and 2 youth make up a team. Who's your other adult?
The other adult on our team is Jack Selmer.
AccuJack.
Yep.
That's going to be a pretty strong team.
I'm excited for that one again. Last year for the inaugural, we happened to be able to win the scratch division when it was me, my oldest son Darren, Jack Selmer, and Colby Bennett. Now with Colby Bennett being out in college, now we're going to have Riley Selmer as our other youth.
Gaia. So that's next week up at Chaco's. If you want the discount,
It has to be in by tonight.
you need to have it in by midnight tonight at www.pjbtbowlingseries.com. That's where you can make the payment. And in order to bowl in this tournament, you must have a reservation. I'm not sure with COVID restrictions how many teams we're going to be able to have, but this was a very popular tournament last year.
Yes.
Up there.
It was actually held at Jordan last year.
Yes.
Yeah, but it was very popular for the first year holding it.
So we're expecting a good turnout next week. Then after that, Sunday, March the 7th, is our annual 3-person tournament for the youth. And again, same with that. If you want the reservation, if you want to make a reservation, this tournament will sell out. It sells out every year. We could only take 32 teams. Normally, we'll take a few more and spread them out across some lanes, but we can't this year. So 32 teams is it. And once we get them, you're done. So same thing, if you want the discount, you have to sign up by midnight next Sunday, but I would suggest doing it now so you're definitely locked in. And the week after that, Sunday, March the 14th, is major number 8, going out to the Allentown area, out at Haja Road Bowl. So we're going in every direction the next 3 weeks. Then on March 28th, we have off. And then we come back with our Saturday before Easter Classic. This year, it is at Jordan Lanes out at Whitehall. That's Saturday, April the 3rd at 2:30 in the afternoon. If you want any information on any of these tournaments, you can check out our webpage at www.pjbtbowlingseries.com. You can also pick up a copy of the schedule there. And if you want to keep up with the happenings of the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour, we have a Facebook page. We post all of our updates for everything on that page. It's PJBT Youth Information page. And if this is your first time watching us today, thank you for watching us. If you like what you see, hit that bell in your upper right-hand portion of your screen so you subscribe to our channel, and if your notifications are turned on, you will be notified each and every time we go live on the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour. So, looks like we're getting ready to start match number 2. Thank you. So we got Addison Leisher coming in on the scratch side and Lacey Slaymaker coming in on the handicap side. Looks like Colby will be getting 25 pins this time. Take it away, Matt.
Okay, bowling fans, time for game number 2 of our finals. On the scratch side, we have number 3 seed, Addison Leisher, taking on number 5 seed, Trevor Courtney. Addison has elected to have Trevor start the match on lane 13. On the handicap side, we have number 3 seed, Lacey Slaymaker, taking on number 4 seed, Colby Schertzer. Lacey has elected to start the match on lane 15, and the difference in handicap is 25 going to Colby. Bowling fans, let's give a nice hand for our Game 2 finalists.
All right, off we go into Game 2. And Cameron, you are correct. You are correct. We do not have off March the 28th. That is the makeup date for our snow date out at Trindle.
Something was the 28th.
I was so looking forward to March 28th.
When you said we have off, my mind's like thinking, it's like, I know we don't.
We were supposed to have.
Yes.
You could tell I do not have a up-to-date schedule
Up-to-date
downloaded on the
schedule,
computer. So thank you, Cameron, for pointing that out. It's good to see that at least one of us is paying attention. Leave it to a daughter of Sally to correct me. Yeah. All right, so Lacey started out with a strike.
Trevor starting off with a spare first strike. Hey, there's a new sheet. A little late.
The reprint of the reprint.
Yeah, a little late. We needed that about 10 minutes ago.
It's transparent, too. Colby missing his 4-7. It's our first look at Addison. Let's see what he could do. He's up on 14. Half hit 10.
He'll become a little high, leaving up 6 pin. A little bit more.
Addison with his spare. Colby with his spare. Lacey up, frame number 2. She comes in high, leaves a 3-6-10.
Addison getting the little love tap this time on a 10 pin on lane 13 with a straight. Trevor with a nice shot.
Lacey up, frame 3. Working off of a spare.
Very good. Nice shot by Lacey. Trevor did looked like Trevor didn't really like that shot, but
Yes.
outcome was good. Colby throwing a nice shot there in lane 16. I don't know.
Oh! Can't get the 10 to fall.
Sam,
10 pin 14. Colby picks up his 4-7.
Addison converting his 10 pin.
4-9 for Lacey. Bit unfortunate there. I mean, make sure you definitely get the 1. You don't want to lose the 2 pins here because you're on the strike. No, I'm. Should be good now.
Yep.
Okay. Sorry about that, folks. The in-house internet went down.
That was fun.
Ugh. It's weird because I've never had the internet go down while we're actually connected, where we're hardwired into it.
Operator Eric.
No.
You need me to yell at you? Is that what the problem?
All right.
So let's catch everybody up where they are.
Yeah, start looking at this here.
Lacey, after her 4-9, went 7 spare, 9 spare, 9 spare. She's got 106 in the 6th with the spare in the 7th. Colby, let's see if he makes this. He does not, so he's got 135 in the 8th on an open. So if Lacey can mark here, she'll basically make that match even. On the scratch side, Addison makes this spare. He'll be at 148 in the 7th with a spare in the 8th, which will give him a 7-pin lead over Trevor Courtney.
Lacey picking up her spare. Trevor leaving up a solid 7. Lane 14.
So with the conversion, he'll be down by 7 with 2 frames to go. Unless if Lacey does something odd here, she will take the lead in this match.
Well, she took the lead,
Yes.
but now she's got a very tough conversion here.
Trevor up in the 9th. 7.
Back-to-back 7s.
That's something you don't want to do yet. You had to get 2 there.
Got to get 2 there.
So hopefully for her sake it doesn't come back.
I mean, Colby can come up here and mark and then be in control of the match.
So if Colby makes this, he'll need to double in the 10th to shut Lacey out.
I thought he was going to miss the 2. Got lucky.
Yeah.
I
So
really
did I.
thought they were just going to slide right on by that. Found something down there to make it grab a little bit.
All right.
Yeah.
Over on the scratch side, into the 10th we go. Addison struck in the 9th, so he needs a strike here.
Strike here locks him out. Strike here in good count. Colby here with a 6-pin.
All right, so now he cannot shut out Lacey. Alright. Addison now basically just needs to stay behind the foul line.
Needs to stay behind the line. Needs to stay behind the line for both shots. Ooh, Colby just left the door wide open now for Lacey. Yeah. Lacey pretty much just needs to stay behind the line. 7 pins. She needs.
She needs a mark now.
Mark, okay, yeah. That's right, because it gave him a mark, it didn't add up the score. So yeah, so Lacey needs a mark.
Fast 8.
Lacey made that interesting too.
Off of her hand, the angle I was sitting at, I thought that was, she had it all the way.
My angle, I'm like, oh man, is that going to slide by the 4-pin?
All right, so she still needs 6 here.
6 here. Stay behind the line. Nice shot. This is where I would just try to keep the pocket in front of me. Which she just did that.
All right, Lacey will be moving on.
Moves on.
A 168, 163 victory. Over here, Addison with a 228, 198 victory over Trevor. So that's it for match number 2. We'll give out some awards, then we'll get ready for the semifinals.
You can stay out there this time.
You know, when I got here this morning, while we're waiting, they were just starting to enter Stone Street into their machine to oil it. And I said,
They were just starting to program it.
yes. And I said, well, wait, why not put my pattern in? Because they have my pattern here.
If it's still in the machine,
It's
throw it down.
They have it in their computer, so all they got to do is load it up. Their machine only holds, they told me, it only holds 2 patterns at a time.
Oh.
Take it away, Matt.
Okay, bowling fans, that concludes game number 2 in the finals. Finishing in 4th in the scratch division. Getting a $40 scholarship, certificate, and award goes to Trevor Courtney.
Trevor Courtney, 4th place finish today. Not bad for somebody who didn't think he was
Yeah, not
making
bad
it.
for, after qualifying, he thought he was done.
Handicap division, getting a $40 scholarship, certificate, and award goes to Colby Schertzer.
Colby Schertzer, 4th place.
Okay, on to our semifinal matches. Okay, Darren. 3 ball balls on each lane, Addison, you can take them with you. Okay? And then, here are my 3 balls on each lane. You can take 3 with you if you want. Okay? Yep, just go ahead. I'll start those.
So yeah, I asked him. I said, let's put my pattern down. I don't think we would have had anybody plus. Anthony Nyer wasn't here, so.
Yeah, the tournament was like long ago. I can't remember everything. It was I do know it was a very challenging tournament. Very challenging shot, which was good. Seems like, if I'm not mistaken, they played different from pair to pair.
Yes, they did. There was a lot of. It was a homegrown pattern.
I mean, there were 200s.
Yep.
But then the very next game, say, I do remember my son in one game shot like 230, switched pairs, shot 140.
Yeah.
I do remember seeing a lot of that on that day.
Yeah, there was the pattern created a lot of over-under, which really didn't help. So if I ever do that again, we won't do that. We'll modify that pattern some. Do you remember what the pattern looked like?
It looked like squares.
That's true, it did.
A whole bunch of squares.
It was in the shape of a fat guy, though. And it was called the Fatstacular, so the pattern was in the shape of
There
a
was
fat
like
guy.
a lot of bunch of squares.
Surprising, the turnout was. I guaranteed 1,500 for first place in that tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't get a big turnout, which surprised me.
Yeah, I forget what. I do remember you had to reschedule it though too, right?
No,
I was thinking of something else. I thought you had to reschedule.
I mean, we did have an original date in mind, and then we had to move it, but it was never like. It was supposed to be in August, but this place was shutting down for 3 weeks because Scott Jr. goes on tournaments, the tournament circuit. Because I wanted to use it before the PJBT season started.
Yeah.
So then we moved it to after the college kids got home for Christmas break. Yeah.
How I am for adult tournaments.
Now, I only need you to stop doing one thing.
What'd I do?
Putting your arms on the table.
Oh yeah. Okay, arms are going in my pockets. We bowl out of a palm.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, Jeremiah, your choice.
Kid had to come up and say, "Hey, did you see I made that Greek church in practice?" It's like,
Yay.
yeah. Now, if you leave it, make sure you make it in competition.
So we'll see if he could win 2 matches today and put even a stronger lock on Player of the Year.
Can you just reverse the arrows on 15?
It'll get to the point if he keeps winning. I really don't have to interview him. I don't know what else to ask him.
Say, are you going to show up next week? Now, I'm hoping next week that I'm not in this chair helping out. I hope I'm out on the other end.
Well, that's a pretty strong team you're putting together.
Reverse that one too.
If I had to take a guess, I'd say you'll be out there.
Hoping.
Okay, bowling fans, time for our semifinal matches. On the scratch side, number 2 seed Darren Zombro III taking on number 3 seed Addison Leisher. Darren has won the third match on lane 13. On the handicap side, we have number 2 seed Jeremiah Mann taking on number 3 seed Lacey Slaymaker. Jeremiah has elected to start the match on lane 15, and Lacey gets the difference in handicap of 9 pins. Okay? Bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our semifinalists.
All right, off we go to the semifinals. Looks like both of the higher seeds will be starting the match. Lacey is getting 9 pins. Jeremiah will go first. Lane 15. Comes in high, leaves it 3-6. And Triple I starts with a strike. Jeremiah with the spare. Addison matches. Lacey with the strike. Four pin for Addison. 2-4-5 for Lacey.
Got to make sure I don't touch the table.
Thank you.
Got a text message about stop shaking the table. My hands are in my pocket. Lacey chopping a 2-4 off the 2-4-5. Saw that a lot today on this. A lot of people chopping the buckets.
Jeremiah up, frame 2. He comes in high again. 4-9. It's just like I said the last match. Want to make sure you get the 1 here.
But it is early enough to try.
Yes.
Try and slide it over.
Zombro with a flat 10. Which he converts. Is he starting to look at colleges yet?
Yes. Yes, he's starting to try to figure this out now. Right now he's just like looking around online and stuff, you know, all the colleges. But he really did say, this year when we go to junior gold, as long as it's not canceled, he's going to probably talk to just about everyone that's out there and get some info.
He's clean through 3. Flat 10 for Lacey. Which she converts. 4-pin for Addison. Once again, our message board is operational. Should you wish to chime in, let me know where you're watching us from today. Back-to-back 10s for Lacey. All right, Jeremiah now up. He's working on a strike in the 4th, looking to double up. Which he does not. 1, 2, 4. Addison with a strike. He's clean through 4. 2 strikes, 2 4-pins. Jeremiah with the spare. He actually has a 1-pin lead at this moment.
Aaron with a double. Jeremiah goes fast.
Yes.
Very fast.
4, 6, 7. We'll try for 2 here. So that's at least 3 pins he's left so far. You know as well as I do, they add up after a while.
If you keep doing it in the same game, oh yeah.
Sam, beat you added 2 on 13.
I mean, he doesn't want to try to make that.
No. I would like to have the 2-pin up there to help. Lacey coming up with a nice strike here in the 5th frame.
Speaking of, while we have a moment, I saw a post on Facebook where a junior bowler this week, bumper junior bowler,
Okay.
made the 7, 8, 9, 10.
I did see that. Who posted that? Ryan Grant posted it?
I think he did, yes.
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 Yes. Years ago, back at Cedar, when I ran the bumper program, I also had a bumper child leave the 7, 8, 9, 10.
Really?
I took a picture of it, that one. I know it's on my camera roll somewhere.
Double for Lacey. When I used to coach, I did see a child one time, he barely hit the head pin and it fell straight back and took out the 5.
Now, candlepin pulling, I did that a lot.
Yeah.
That is very easy in candlepin pulling.
That it is. Jeremiah back up on it with a strike after Lacey's double. Addison here looking for a double himself, and he gets it. He's got a nice ball.
Jeremiah with his double. Thought he was going to slide that 10-pin over. Still in.
Lacey up in the 7th. 6, 7, 10. Interesting. His ball hung there too.
Yeah, he got that really wide. He is throwing urethane.
That'll do it.
He's been throwing urethane probably like the last 5 games now. Maybe even more. I saw that one when he released it. I got that just a bit outside for urethane to recover.
What's Darren throwing?
Darren is throwing a verge.
Lacey got 2. She's now up in the 8th. 120 with her handicap.
Very nice shot there by Lacey. Putting the pressure back on.
Both bowlers on the scratch side clean through 6.
And a 1-pin match.
But Darren is on a strike. So he could take the lead here by 9. Jeremiah came in a little behind the head pin, left a 2-8. Let's see how he goes after this.
Nice conversion.
Two-pin for Sombra. He will stay down by a pin, at least for the moment. Jeremiah with a strike. In the foundation frame, 9th.
It's up by 8 pins. Darren converting his 2-pin.
So with that non-strike, Lacey cannot shut out Jeremiah. Best she could do if she spares and strikes out with her handicap is 190. Jeremiah then would need a double. Addison came in a little high. 3, 6, 10.
Ooh, Lacey chopping her 1, 2. Now, Lacey really got to regroup everything here on this very first shot.
Yes. If she does manage to get all 3 still, she would force Jeremiah to strike first ball in the 10 to win. If he were to go spare strike, we would have a tie.
We have a possibility of a tie. Very, very nice shot.
Gets the first.
She needed that one.
Four pin for Addison. 10 pin for Lacey.
You can
So whether or not she makes or misses this, Jeremiah is still going to need to spare in the 10th. $167 for Lacey.
Yep.
He needs a mark. If he were to go any combination of 9, he would shoot 166. Oh,
And that's enough for the ball.
ooh.
Broke up the 410. It's a good shot.
Zombro with a 10 pin. If he converts this, he'll be up 2 with 2 to go. He converts. $194 for Jeremiah. He wins. 194, 167. They'll be moving on in the finals to face Andy Hoffman. Switch all of our attention now to the scratch side. Zombro up, foundation frame 9th. Big strike
Yeah, big
there.
strike there for him.
So it guarantees him the lead.
Yeah, if he didn't strike there, Addison had the opportunity to come up here in the 9th and 10th and lock him out.
Shut him out.
Good shot.
Yes, Gene. We know how much you love this place.
Who?
Gene Blair.
Oh,
This was one of Gene's.
this was one of Jane's favorite places. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, air show.
Ooh.
Got that wide too.
Six count. So he's kind of, the last 3 out of his last 4 shots have been a little iffy.
Yeah.
This is where something obviously that these kids really don't do right now, and they know. I would take a re-rack right now,
Oh yeah.
just to get your thoughts.
Oh yeah. Done that numerous times in tournaments where I threw two or three bad shots in a row. It's like, all right, I gotta stop here. Let me re-rack this here. Let me get my thoughts in place again.
Yes. Tenth.
So I remember doing that a handful of months ago at a tournament at Burke's. I opened up I spared in the 8th, opened up in the 9th, and I was going up in the 10th where I had to strike out to force my opponent to mark. So before I threw my first ball in the 10th, I re-wrapped, get everything back in the sync. Was very lucky that I was able to strike out, and my opponent went up in the first ball in the 10th, left the Greek church. So luckily, with me taking that re-rack, let me calm down, rethink about everything, get my senses back.
Pocket you a little more cash that day.
Yes.
All right. Addison in the clubhouse with 198. Clean 198. Don't say that all that often.
No.
So Zombro needs to mark. That is a mark. He will be moving on to the finals to face Jordan Shell. For those of you that weren't watching a couple weeks ago, Jordan made the finals and he shot 850 something.
And his 3 matches.
Yes. And it should have been higher. It should have been 870. Should have been 878. In the first game, he left a stone 8 in the middle of the game.
Yeah. Remember watching it.
Or else he could have went 289, 289, 300. All right. Triple I with a 213, 198 victory over Addison Leisure. So we'll give away some hardware, and then we will move on to the finals.
And here comes Matt.
Okay, bowling fans, that concludes our semifinal matches. Finishing in third in the scratch division, getting a $50 scholarship certificate and award goes to Addison Leisure.
Addison Leisure, third place today. Good bowling.
And our third place finisher in the handicap division, getting a $50 scholarship certificate and award goes to Lacey Slaymaker.
Lacey Slaymaker, third place today.
All right, on to our title matches for today. Okay, Jordan, 3 balls on each lane. Sharon, you can take 3 with you. Okay. Andy, 3 balls on each lane. Jeremiah, you can take 3 with you. Okay. All right. Oh, that's fine.
6.
Doesn't matter. You guys seem to be doing fine.
Come on. Fine.
Oh, you guys are doing good. You had almost 50 boxes.
Sam,
But you had to go off the box, right?
14.
I don't know how.
It takes off. Okay. Uh-oh. Ben Scott.
Well, that's a problem on 14.
Mm-hmm. Just open up the fingers. Yeah, they were at they brought up Limerick today. I don't even know if they were the first squad or not.
Sam, reverse on the right there. 15.
Is he starting?
Okay, bowling fans, it is time for our title matches for today's Pjbt. On the scratch side, we have top seed Jordan Shell taking on number 2 seed Darren Zombro III. Jordan has elected to start the match on lane 13. On the handicap side, we have number 1 seed Andy Hoffman taking on number 2 seed Jeremiah Mann. Andy has elected to have Jeremiah start the match on lane 15. And the handicap is 14 going to Andy. Okay? Bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our title matches for today's tournament. All right, to start off.
All right. So it looks like we got Jordan starting on 13 and Jeremiah on 15. Andy Hoffman is getting 14. Jordan with a strike.
Jeremiah with a strike.
So Pureit is well represented today on the scratch side.
Yes, there will be a Pjbt member winning.
I'll be looking for a post tonight.
Yeah.
That's one of the great things about Jeff is
If anybody on the team does something, he always does recognize them. It might not be that day because everybody does have other things going on. But yeah, he does
Yes.
recognize all of the members.
Actually, by the picture he posted yesterday with all the bowling balls he had to drill, he still might be drilling.
Yeah, I went down to the shop on Friday to help out. It was a little busy.
All right, Andy started with a strike. He's looking for a double. He leaves the 3-9. Triple I looking for the 3-6-10, and he gets it.
Andy chopping the 3-9. Hit there, come up here, make a better shot. There you go.
Now let's see if Jordan will double here, take an early 10-pin lead. The handicap side, Jeremiah,
Going up here for a 6-pin.
6-pin. Which he makes.
Jordan starting out with a double here.
Jeremiah clean through 3. Good shot there by Andy. Oh, what's going on there?
Jordan coming in a little high, leaving the 4.
It must have fell off
Yeah.
Andy's hand. It did nothing down
No.
lane.
I didn't even see the ball rotating that much.
Jordan makes his 4-pin. Andy gets 3 on the washout. Jeremiah in the 4th. That's a double. He takes the lead in the match. It's a double for Zombro. He takes the lead in the match.
Jeremiah with a triple there. striking for a triple too.
Hey, Andy's got 16 down.
Yeah, he likes 16. Looks like a better shot on 50. Jordan coming up really light. Had the bucket there for about 2 or 3 seconds, leaving just the 8-pin up.
Jeremiah with 4 in a row on the handicap side.
Make that 5. He's lined up. Jordan making his 8-pin. See if Andy could come up here with a triple. It's a big triple for Andy.
The ball seems to respond for him just a little bit better on 16. And he gets the messenger. Four pin for Jordan.
Making his 4-pin. And Jeremiah leaving a washout. Nice conversion. Nice conversion by Jeremiah. Big conversion.
That keeps him clean. Zombro up, lane 14.
Got that in.
This time he's got the sleeper behind it.
Yeah.
Striking the foundation frame 9 for Jeremiah.
There and chopping.
So if Andy could get the next 4, he would actually force Jeremiah to double.
Yeah, he would. Flat 7.
And you could just forget what I just said.
That just went out the door.
Yeah. And now, We just went from him potentially striking out and Jeremiah needing to double to the tournament is over.
Yeah.
Zombro comes back off the open with a strike in the 6th. He had the 5-7-10 up for a moment.
Yes, he did. I thought I saw that too. Didn't that almost happen on that lane earlier?
Yes.
Wasn't it that lane?
Yep.
So I wonder there's something off spot on that lane every now and then. See if he can bounce this out. And the handicap side match is over.
Jordan finds himself down 10 after 6. He needs to find a way to start throwing some X's up on the board.
And I said he just had an unfortunate break on that last shot.
Jeremiah taking a victory lap over on the handicap side.
A little high, leaving a.
That's all right. You don't need that one. All right. So now, if you're Jordan, this one you want to try to make.
Back-to-back opens from Jordan.
Yep.
2 unfortunate splits.
So we're going to bring back, at least momentarily, the Pjbt turning point of the match, sponsored by Simon Eyes. I think we just saw it.
Yes.
This match is over. Is there a way to switch the camera you use for this one over to this one so that way you don't get the...
No.
Oh, it doesn't change.
Jeremiah shooting a 245 clean.
That's what a good bowler does. He takes advantage.
Takes advantage of them 2 open frames.
And now he's in the driver's seat. Seven pin for Jordan. To wrap up the handicap side, Jeremiah Mann with a 245-205 victory over Andy Hoffman. that basically is, I mean, barring something really weird out of Triple I. And that will do it.
Pretty much. Unless my kid decides to foul 4 times,
Then he wouldn't be your kid.
then he would not be my kid. You got that right. My kid does have a tendency of doing that sometimes, fouling.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he has a tendency of not being your kid sometimes. They all do that.
Yeah, he's actually known to foul a couple times here and there. Especially when I just heard a foul light go
Yes.
off. But people bowling down in lane 7, I'm like, oh, there's one.
Yes.
You can go ahead.
I was going to say, if I was a bet man
Yes.
before he threw a shot, I would say, I bet you he strikes.
Yep.
Because that's how it always goes.
All right, so Zombro's going to be in the 230s of all probability. Jordan will either shoot 171 or 170. 230 on the nose for Zombro. 170 for Jordan. So a 60 pin win on the scratch side, 45 pin win on the handicap side.
I will get out of the seat so you can do some interviews.
You could do them.
Oh, no. You're in charge. I was just here keeping you company.
You could do them, I insist.
Like a nice guy I am.
Well, thank you for joining me yet again.
Yes, it's always fun doing this. Like I said, hopefully next week I am on the other end.
Yes. I think it's superstitious because when you sit here, your son usually does pretty good.
I sat here for 3 of his wins.
Mm-hmm.
So all the other times when the other ones that he did win, I was with him out there competing.
Try not to fall. All right, down the map.
Okay, bowling fans, that concludes today's Pjbt, finishing runner-up in the scratch division, getting a $100 scholarship. Getting an award goes to Jordan Shell.
Jordan Shell, second place today in the scratch side.
Our runner-up finisher in the handicap division, getting a $100 scholarship. Certificate and award goes to Andy Hoffman.
Andy Hoffman, runner-up in the handicap division today.
And our winner for today in the scratch division, receiving a $200 scholarship, certificate, and the first place acrylic plaque goes to Darren Zombro III.
Darren Zombro III, your champion today.
And our winner in the handicap division, getting a $200 scholarship, certificate, and the first place acrylic plaque goes to Jeremiah Mann.
And your handicap champion today, Jeremiah Mann.
Right, we'll get a picture with our winners and we'll send it back for final interviews. Don't forget to join us next Sunday afternoon. finals. Next Sunday from Chaco's Family Bowling Center in Wilkes-Barre. Have a great day, everybody.
All right, let me set up the camera for some interviews while we get some pictures.
Yeah, they probably could. Sam, can you turn the lights on now? Still out. Still doing it out here. Yeah. Well, you know what? Let's go. You guys do the end of the coach. Yeah, that'll line you up, and I'll stand in the middle. Okay, all good? All right, congratulations. Nice bowling. We're going to go back to Jason first. You get the first final interview. Sorry. So sorry.
All right. Let's play the adjusting.
Yep, I just brightened it up and dropped it a little. Yep, that's good.
Slide over. Wonder why it looks so close today. All right. We're here with our handicap champion today, Jeremiah Mann. Congratulations.
Thank you.
A lot of strikes there in the championship match. Your opponent started out strike open, and then he went on a string too. At any point, did you start feeling the pressure to, was it getting to you at all, or weren't you even really watching?
I really wasn't paying attention.
Good. Good. So, this is your first tournament victory.
Yes.
Where do you typically bowl out of?
HBC, Hanover Bowling Center in Hanover.
Okay. All right. And what do you average?
About 190.
Oh. So next year, if you continue bowling, we will see you in the scratch division. Who's your coach?
Dave Kurtz Jr.
Got ya. So tell me how you handled this Stone Street pattern today on wood. I'm sure you don't bowl on wood very often.
No, not very often.
So how'd you handle it?
In the beginning of the day, I was able to throw it fast and basically up, straight up. And then as the day continued, it started to break down, and I had to slow down and open my angles.
Got ya. Smart, pretty smart. How old are you?
18.
18. Cool. There's somebody taping us.
I know.
Yeah. She's getting my good side too. That's the good thing. That's the good thing. So who is this, by the way?
That's my mom and my sister.
Which is which?
Oh, thank you.
Oh yeah. When you guys walked in today, I said, which one is the bowler today?
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that now. So who do you want to say thanks to, or a hi to, or whatever you want to say to?
My parents, the New Oxford bowling team, and my coach, Dave.
Got it. Hi, Coach Dave. All right, getting his first tournament victory, and he's now eligible for the season-ending championship down at Limerick. We'll see you in June down there, and hopefully we'll see you before that, too. Getting a little loud in here. Your handicap division champion today, Jeremiah Mann. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Bye. Matt, do me a favor. Adjust, turn it a little bit. No. Yes. A little more, a little more, a little more, a little more, a little more. Good enough. Good enough. We're at a little sit up some, so it looks like we're kind of even. I'll scooch down. So, as I said to your father when he was sitting here, I'm running out of things to ask you. I've interviewed you a little too many times here.
Was this a sixth time already?
Yeah, something like that.
Too many times.
Yes. I mean, there's never too
No,
many,
there's
but,
not too many,
but I don't know what to ask. Other than, barring anything odd happening in the next month or two, you got Player of the Year wrapped up already. Which kind of feels good. You're putting away some bank for college. That feels real. I'm sure your parents really like that.
Yeah, I'm racking up a lot this year.
Yes. So tell me how you approached Stone Street today.
Well, it was a rough start because I was blowing good at every other game. Like, I had a line one game, and I was throwing like resin. I was using a new command that came out, and it looked pretty good first pair. I broke it in, and then next pair, I had to switch to urethane right off the bat early because I couldn't get, my ball was just skidding because I saw I watched people in front of me and see where they're playing and everything, which made me had to go to urethane, and it looked pretty good until qualifying where I got to actually move left like I usually do later in the games, and it's advantage for me too because that's where I usually play.
Right.
And I shot 2-0, 2-teen. I was in the 200s. Nothing below.
Did the pattern play tricky out there today? I mean, for a tournament like this, scores weren't high.
No, the pattern was definitely tricky.
Really? Not as tricky as if it was my pattern.
No, your pattern was hard.
So give me the typical likes and thank yous that we go through here every time you're here, which seems like every other week.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Pure Pro Shop for giving me the best fit and everything, and of course Jeffrey Smith,
Of course.
the owner of it, for helping me get down there and practice and everything. Thank you a lot. And I'd like to thank my dad, my family, for supporting me through all this. Nope.
No. Anybody else?
And Jason.
Oh, sorry. Got a little.
Jason.
Okay.
For talking to me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, taking home, I'm running out of fingers, something like 6th tournament title this year. Firmly in control of Player of the Year, Darren Zombro. Aye.
Thank you.
Congratulations. I'm sure we'll see you a few more times sitting next to me.
Yes.
Okay, good ball.
All right.
Okay. Well,
Hey, it's good you got in here today.
yes, and it's 5 o'clock somewhere, and that somewhere is here.
Yes.
So,
it is.
thank you everybody for another great day, and we will see everybody next Sunday from up north at Chaco's Family Bowling Center in Wilkes-Barre. We have the Super Adult Junior next week. 2 youth sanctioned bowlers and 2 adult bowlers on every team. I understand we might have 20 teams already. So we can only take a max of 40, so make sure you sign up online this week and get your team in early.
Is there a discount if they sign up by tonight?
There is a discount if they sign up tonight by 11:59. Every team member gets $5 off their entry.
And where could they sign up at?
At pjbtbowlingseries.com on our website.
All right.
All right, we'll see everybody next Sunday.
We will see you from Wilkes-Barre next Sunday.
See ya.
guys.